Bienvenidos! Welcome to Spain on a Fork. Hard to believe it is already March 2020. It seems like it was just yesterday when it was New Year's. I don't know about you guys, but for me this year is going by way too fast. Anyways, today we have a great episode. We're making 3-ingredient tuna melt empanadas. Like I said, time's going by really fast, which means we don't want to spend too much time in the kitchen, but we still want food that packs a big punch of flavor, guys. These empanadas are just that. They have an insane amount of flavor to them. They're so easy to make and they're done in under 30 minutes. I know a lot of you have a very hectic schedule. No big deal, make a batch of these empanadas and put them in the freezer. When you're ready for them, put them in the microwave 1 to 2 minutes and you're ready to go, guys. Easy to make, loaded with flavors. Let's dive right in. Really quick before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. I'm gonna begin by draining 2 5-ounce cans of tuna in olive oil. I always like to add it into a sieve with a bowl underneath for an easy cleanup. And then get in there with a spoon and mix the tuna around to remove any of the excess oil. Once you have your tuna flaked off, add it into a large bowl. For the next step, I'm gonna grab a block of manchego cheese and shred 2 cups of it. Now this is a semi-cured manchego cheese. It's not a mild one or a super cured one. It's right in the middle, so it's got a nice salty flavor to it. This is what gives these empanadas that magical flavor. If you can't find this cheese in your area, try to use a cheese that has a nice salty flavor to it. Once you've shredded about 2 cups of the cheese, add it into the bowl with the tuna. Season everything with some freshly cracked black pepper. And mix everything together until it's well combined. We're trying to make a paste here, so as you're mixing this, start pushing down with a spoon to make it all compact. And as you guys can see, I did not season this with sea salt because once again, the cheese that I'm using is a semi-curado. It's nice and salty. If you're using a mild cheese, then do season this with a little sea salt. That way these empanadas are full of flavor. All right, let's move on to the dough. I'm gonna be using 2 pre-made store-bought pizza doughs to make the empanadas. If you prefer, you can make your own dough at home. You'll find a link on how to make that in the iCard above. And as you guys can see, here in Spain, they sell a dough already rolled out. Makes it so easy. If you can't find it like that in your area, no big deal. Just roll out your dough. You want the thickness of it to be about 1/8 of an inch. Now using a bowl, the diameter of this one is 4.5 inches. We're gonna design our individual empanada doughs. I'm gonna push down on the pizza dough and then twist the bowl. And you should end up with 4 individual empanada doughs from each pizza dough. Once you have all your empanada doughs ready, I'm gonna sprinkle some all-purpose flour on some parchment paper. Grab one of the doughs and dust it off on both sides. And as you're doing this, try to stretch the dough out a little bit just to make it a little bigger. Then I'm gonna grab about 1/4 cup of the tuna and cheese mixture and add it into the dough. Kinda just compact it in there. Fold the dough over to make a half-moon design. And then pinch the outer edges with your fingers to seal everything together. And for double insurance, we're gonna pierce this with a fork through the outer edges, and you wanna do this on both sides to ensure that these empanadas don't open up while they're baking. And as you finish each empanada, add it into a baking tray that's lined with parchment paper. And continue to do this until all your empanadas are done. From this recipe, you should end up with 8 empanadas. Once you have all your empanadas done, I'm gonna grab some egg wash that I season with sea salt and brush it all over the tops of the empanadas. This is such an important step. It's what gives these empanadas that beautiful golden crust. All right, let's start cooking these empanadas. I'm gonna add them into a preheated oven, bake and broil option, 210 degrees Celsius, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Now if your oven only has the bake option and you can't do bake and broil at the same time, no big deal. Just bake them for the exact same amount of time I'm baking these and then add them to the broiler between 2 to 3 minutes. After 11 to 12 minutes, these empanadas look like they are perfectly cooked. I'm gonna take them out of the oven and transfer the empanadas into a wire rack. Guys, our tuna melt empanadas are done. How easy was it to put these together? And seriously, look at them. Look how insane they turned out. Seriously guys, these empanadas look insanely delicious and so easy to make. Let's try them and see how they turned out. Here we go. What can I say? It's an incredible explosion of flavors. You got that tuna and that queso manchego. This is a semi-curado one, so it's got a nice salty flavor to it. If you're using cheese that's very mild, make sure you season the mixture with sea salt before you start mixing it, guys. Insane tuna melt empanadas. So easy to make and done in under 30 minutes, guaranteed to completely blow you away. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.